My dear child, before you scroll away, pause. This moment right now is not by accident. You've been crying out in silence, aching beneath the weight of guilt, fear, and the feeling that no one truly sees you. But I see you. I've seen every step, every tear, every hidden wound. This message you're about to hear, it is my voice, not a coincidence. Stay with me, because by the time it ends, you'll realize something life-changing. You were never abandoned. You were never broken beyond repair. You were simply in the middle of a divine rescue. So don't scroll away. Stay. Listen. Let me speak directly to the part of you that's ready to give up, because I'm about to breathe life into your soul again. Every footfall you have taken, every hesitation, every leap of faith is held in my hands, woven into a perfect tapestry that only I can see in its entirety. There is a profound mystery in the ways your feet move upon the earth. You may find yourself questioning where you are going, wondering if you have made a misstep, or fearing that you have been led astray. But from my vantage point, there is a divine choreography that surpasses all human understanding, a sacred sequence that guides you through valleys and over mountains. Even when the ground feels unstable or unfamiliar, it is I who have plotted each turn for you, shaping your journey with loving precision. The steps you take are never random, never haphazard. They are ordered by my sovereign hand. Beloved, I know that walking through life's untrodden terrain can bring anxiety. Your heart longs for certainty, for visible markers that confirm you are on the right way. You ask, how can I trust when the road is hidden? How do I know your presence as I advance? Remember that my light often shines softly between your steps, glimpsed only in moments when you pause and look inward. The quiet reassurance that whispers peace beyond understanding is my promise that I am closer than your breath. You are never orphaned by confusion or fear. I am shaping your path through every trial and joy, every setback and breakthrough. Even when you stumble, my dear child, my ordering doesn't falter. The misgivings and faltering steps are not failures, but integral parts of what I am creating in you. Like a master craftsman who gently sands down the rough edges of a treasured vessel, I lead you through refining seasons where you may not see the beauty being birthed. Trust this divine process. Your footfalls echo within the halls of my eternal plan, and every move you make is accounted for, perfected, and infused with my purpose. Yes, there are moments when the mist thickens and doubts whisper that you are alone or lost. Lean into the truth that your steps are placed by me, the one who never slumbers or turns away. Even when your vision is clouded, even when the voices of the world drown out my still small voice, lean on this. My sovereignty cradles your pathway. In the darkness, my hand steadies your feet. In the silence, my heart beats alongside yours. I am the divine navigator, ever mindful of where you need to be. So now I ask you, will you embrace this truth with the depth of your heart? Will you, despite the unseen bends in your way, place your trust in the one who orders your steps? Let this truth settle in you during the quiet moments when the noise fades and your soul thirsts for certainty. Your steps are carefully, intricately, lovingly ordered. They are guided by me, your faithful God. Walk boldly, for you journey in my sacred plan, and I will never fail to lead you home. My dear child, I see you in the depths of your struggle, the quiet battle you wage within the chambers of your soul. You feel the weight of your wounds, the sting of past hurts that have settled like shadows in the corridors of your heart. Know this, I am not distant. I am not a faraway observer. I move gently beside you. Even when your steps falter, even when your breath trembles with the burden you carry, the ache you feel, the restless yearning for relief, is heard by me with a tenderness beyond what you can grasp. There is a sacred space between your pain and my presence. And in that space I linger patiently, not because I am slow to act, but because I am abundant in mercy, abundant in understanding. Your healing cannot be rushed, nor can the wounds be merely covered. They must be bathed in my light, tenderly exposed to my love, so that the roots of your hurt may loosen and give way to growth. This process is intimate, and I am here, waiting with you. I am not silent because I am absent. I am silent because I am listening to your heart's whispered prayers, to your deepest cries, and to the readiness of your spirit. There is a refining fire at work within your affliction. Though it may seem fierce and unkind, this fire does not consume you, but rather burns away the dross, the brittle layers of fear and doubt that cling to you. I see you as a precious vessel, one that must be shaped before it can be filled with my Spirit's fullness. In this refining, I do not abandon you to the flames. No, I am the gentle wind that surrounds the blaze, tempering its heat and guiding it with purpose. Trust that the intensity of your current pain is not the end, but a threshold to new life. Lean into my presence, even when hope feels fragile. I am aware of the moments when you feel overwhelmed by loneliness, when the silence seems deafening and the night stretches endlessly before you. It is precisely in these moments that I am closest, drawing near like a soft whisper in the darkness. My arms are an eternal refuge, and though you may not perceive the embrace, it enfolds you fully. Rest your weary heart on this truth. You are never forsaken. Your pain is never unnoticed. I carry the times you feel abandoned as if they were my own. Let this comfort anchor you when the night grows cold and your spirit trembles. Child, I correct with love because I desire your soul's flourishing. My guidance is not condemnation, but restoration in disguise. When you stumble and fall beneath the weight of your shortcomings, I am there to pick you up, to mend what has been torn. My correction is like the gentle pruning of a gardener who removes the dead branches so that the tree may bear more fruit. Accept my loving discipline and allow it to refine your heart's desires. You are precious beyond measure, and my corrections are woven with mercy, designed to lead you back to your true self. In this season of deep vulnerability, I invite you to lean fully into my presence. Let go of the need to conceal your wounds or to rush away from your discomfort. Bring it all, the confusion, the fear, the sorrow, and lay it at my feet. I do not demand perfection. I only ask for truth. When you are honest with me about your struggle, you make room for my healing all the more. Will you let me be your refuge today? Will you rest beneath the shadow of my wings, trusting that I am working even when you cannot see it? The path before you may feel uncertain and fraught with difficulties, but I am the constant in the ever-changing seasons of your life. My faithfulness endures when your strength wanes. My promises shine brightest against the backdrop of your pain. Hold tightly to this. Even in the wilderness of your soul's distress, I am cultivating hope. This hope is not a wish, but a firm assurance born of my unchanging love and power. Allow this assurance to rise like dawn within you, dispelling the darkness that threatens to engulf your spirit. Do not be afraid of silence, for it is not emptiness, but fertile soil where my voice can grow clear and strong. In the quiet moments when your spirit aches the most, I am speaking in ways only the heart can hear. You are becoming attuned to my whisper, learning to recognize my presence, not just in grand signs, but in the subtle nudges of peace and assurance. I am guiding you toward a deeper intimacy, where even your brokenness is embraced as part of our sacred conversation. My dear, there is restoration awaiting you, a renewal that will outshine the darkest chapters of your past. I am weaving your shattered pieces into a tapestry of strength and beauty. This process requires patience, but know that I am patient with you beyond all measure. I am here, standing beside you in every tear and every trembling breath, offering a shelter that no storm can break. Your soul is precious in my eyes, and every moment you endure is held within my loving hands. Let this truth settle in you now. Your struggles do not define you, but my love does. I am forming you into the masterpiece I intended from the beginning, and nothing can thwart my purpose. Trust me to carry you through the shadows, to bring you to a place where you will stand strong and whole. Will you receive my comfort as your own? Will you allow me to heal the hidden places that ache so deeply? I am ready to meet you there. Rest now in this assurance, and when you are willing, step forward with me toward the light of new beginnings. My dear child, I see the shadows that stretch across your heart, the quiet corners where doubt creeps in, whispering lies about your value and place. In my kingdom, you wrestle beneath a weight you cannot name, an unseen burden that tugs at the edges of your soul. Yet in your struggle, my presence remains steadfast, even in the silence that seems so deafening to you. Often, you forget who you truly are, the beloved creation formed in the depths of my love. You mistake the temporary failures, the moments of weakness, for an identity that is broken beyond repair. But that is a falsehood designed to steal the light from your eyes and the hope from your spirit. Before the foundation of the world, I have known you intimately, not as a mistake, not as an afterthought, but as a masterpiece crafted with purpose and care. Consider the potter's hands shaping the clay. Sometimes the clay must be pressed and molded with firm care. The pressure is not rejection, but refinement, not abandonment, but patient artistry. I am the potter, and you are the clay in my hands. Though you feel fragile and flawed, I am shaping you into a vessel of honor, capable of holding the fullness of my glory. Your worth is not bound to the approval of others, nor the weight of your past. It is anchored in me, unshakable and eternal. When doubt or despair threatens to overtake your heart, turn your gaze toward me, the light that will never dim. I am the refuge in the storm, the whisper of peace amid chaos. Even when the night seems endless, my love burns like a beacon, calling you home. I move with tenderness and strength through every season of your life, even those times when you feel most unworthy or unseen. You may be worn, my dear, but never discarded. The scars you bear are a testament not to defeat, but to a story of survival and grace. Let them remind you that my power is made perfect in weakness, that in your brokenness, I reveal my wholeness. You're not alone in your journey. I'm walking beside you, guiding each step with infinite patience. There is no shame in faltering. There is only the invitation to rise again, closer to me, firmer in my love. When your heart is shaking under the weight of fear or regret, bring it boldly into my presence. I will hold it tenderly, heal it deeply, and breathe new life into every wounded place. You do not have to live under the shadow of past mistakes. My forgiveness is a river that never runs dry, capable of washing away every trace of guilt and shame. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away from this truth. Let me help you remove the heavy cloak of condemnation. Open your hands to receive the grace that waits patiently for your surrender. There is freedom and restoration when you lean fully into my mercy. Choose to believe that you are precious beyond measure, held forever in my loving arms. Do not fear admitting your weaknesses or asking for help. I am not distant or slow to respond. I am near, ready to comfort and strengthen you in your brokenness. Trust that every tear, every confession, every plea for forgiveness is precious to me. I cherish the honesty that seeks me, and I delight in restoring the soul that calls to my name. Let this be the season where the chains of guilt dissolve, where the heavy burdens of shame are lifted, and where your spirit finds the peace for which it longs. You are my child, a radiant reflection of my glory, even in your imperfections. Your story is not over. It is only beginning to unfold in the fullness of my love. Allow these words to sink deep into your heart. Embrace the hope they bring, the promise of new beginnings. As you walk this path of restoration, I will walk it with you. Lean on me, and together we will move from brokenness to wholeness, from shame to radiant identity in me. Remember, my dear, that forgiveness is not a distant ideal, but a present reality. It is the water that revives your thirsty soul, the balm that heals every hurt. Receive my forgiveness as the gift it is. You are cleansed, renewed, and deeply beloved. This is who you are in me. Will you allow my grace to transform you today? Will you step into the light of my forgiveness and lift your eyes from the past to the hope I offer? The journey of healing begins with a single step of surrender. Take it now, and know you are held forever in the arms of unyielding love. My dear, you often find yourself trapped beneath the heavy weight of guilt, a burden you carry so silently and so deeply that it feels as though it defines your very existence. Yet I see beyond that veil you wear. I see your heart's earnest longing to be free, to be whole, to know that you are forgiven, not because of what you have done or left undone, but because of who I am. There's a profound liberation waiting for you beyond the shadows of shame. It dances like the morning sun on dewed grass, waiting to illuminate the darkest corners of your soul. You may not have seen it yet, or even trusted its warmth, but this freedom, this deep and abiding forgiveness, is yours to claim. I understand the way guilt can tighten its grasp. It whispers lies that paralyze, condemns without mercy, and convinces you that your mistakes are etched into your essence forever. I do not condemn, child. My eyes are not fixed upon your failures, but upon the spark of my divine image irrevocably implanted within you. Where your soul is broken, I am the healer. Where your heart is heavy, I am the gentle rest. Consider the potter and the clay. Every imperfection in the molded vessel is shaped with purpose, corrected with tender care, not discarded. I am that potter, gently turning you with hands that refuse to give up on you. Will you surrender your guilt into those hands? Will you let me reshape you into the vessel I created you to be? The story of forgiveness is not one of erasure, but of transformation. It is not meant to blur memories or dismiss accountability. Rather, it calls forth healing that redefines your narrative. When you come to me, acknowledging your wounds and failures honestly, you invite my mercy to flood the wounds and mend them. Forgiveness restores not only your standing, but also your self-worth, rebuilding what was shattered beneath the weight of regret. It is a promise. I do not remember your sin as you do. I remember your potential. Through forgiveness, you are reborn again and again, renewed with a heart unburdened by past mistakes and open to a future of grace. Understand that forgiveness is a gift freely given, but it arrives as a journey you walk through consciously. It may not be instantaneous or easy. Patience will be your companion as you learn to release your grip on guilt and embrace the grace extended to you. When dark thoughts rise, when the voices inside remind you of all you've done wrong, remember this: I am the voice louder than all the others, calling you back into peace. Will you listen to me more than the accuser? Will you let my voice reshape the way you view yourself, not as a catalog of failures, but as a beloved creation worthy of love and mercy? There is a mercy and forgiveness that cleanses deeper than you realize. It reaches into the places of your soul where pain festers, where shame colonizes your thoughts, and breathes life into those spaces with hope and renewal. Forgiveness must be accepted to manifest its power fully. If you find yourself resisting, fearing that you don't deserve this grace, recognize that such resistance is an invitation to lean into humility, a chance to release the bondage that guilt ensnares you in. Humility is not weakness. It is the fertile soil where forgiveness takes root and grows into abundant freedom. Open your heart wide. Let the healing flood in, my beloved, because this is the balm your spirit longs for. Remember the story of the prodigal child who wandered far, broken and destitute, yet found welcome and restoration in the home of the Father. That Father's arms were not reluctant. They were ever waiting, yearning to enfold the child again in love and acceptance. Likewise, I am that Father to you, with arms wide open. You will never be too far gone or too stained by the past for my forgiveness to reach you. There is no sin too great, no failure too devastating to be beyond my reach. If you believe in me, not for perfection, but for restoration, then you will find your heart transformed from guilt's prison into the freedom of grace. The gift of forgiveness changes everything about how you live your life. It is not just about relieving shame, but about stepping into the fullness of your identity as a forgiven, beloved child of mine. It frees your soul from the burdens of what has been and opens you to the hopeful possibilities of who you are becoming with me. You can walk forward without the chains of shame dragging you down. You can breathe deeply, knowing that I have covered you with mercy, as vast as the skies, as deep as the sea. This freedom invites boldness in your faith, courage in your purpose, and peace in your heart. Will you grasp this freedom with both hands and refuse to let go? I invite you now to take a moment and surrender your guilt, aloud or in silent prayer. Release it as an offering to me. Let it flow like a river washing over rocks, carrying away each regret, every harsh word you've spoken to yourself, every moment you believed you were unworthy. In exchange, receive forgiveness as a cloak wrapped tenderly around your soul, a fresh garment of joy, healing, and renewed hope. Do not hold back the tears that come. They are the cleansing waters that prepare your spirit for restoration. When you struggle to accept forgiveness, come back to me again and again. Forgiveness is not a one-time event, but a continuous choice you make daily to accept my grace. Like the dawn returning after night, my mercy rises over the horizon of your pain, offering light where shadows once reigned. Do not despair when the journey feels long. I walk with you every step of the way, never leaving, never abandoning. My love for you is relentless, unyielding, infinite. My dear child, as you ponder this truth, allow yourself to feel the weight of guilt lifting, even if only a little today. Each moment you lean into forgiveness is a victory over shame, a step toward the freedom I long to give you. Do not be afraid to ask me for help in this process. I am here, ready to embrace you fully, to heal your wounds, and to remind you that your past does not dictate your future. You are more than your mistakes. You are my beloved, redeemed, and renewed. Let this truth settle deep into your soul. Forgiveness is your inheritance, and it is waiting for your acceptance. Will you receive it now? My beloved, I see the trembling heart within you, the restless waves of fear that crash relentlessly against your soul. You do not speak these fears aloud, yet beneath the surface they ebb and flow like a storm stalled at the edge of your shore. Fear, anxiety, and doubt, these are burdens heavy to carry. But I am here, steady as a rock beneath your feet, unwavering even as the tempest rages. I am the refuge where your soul can rest, the shelter where your anxious thoughts can find quietude. Fear often wears many faces in your life. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. It whispers in moments of silence asking, what if you fall? What if you are alone? What if the future does not hold what you hope for? Yet, my child, every whisper of fear is met by my louder, steadfast promise. I am with you. When your steps falter, I catch you. When your heart races with worry, I breathe peace into you. The world may shift and shake around you, but I remain your anchor through all seasons. Anxiety is a shadow that stretches longest when the light seems dimmest. It obscures your vision, distorts what is real, and tempts you to live in a place of constant unease. But the truth that I want your spirit to grasp fully is this: you are not your anxiety. The pulse of your worry does not define you. Within you dwells a spirit of faith, a light that pierces through the darkness. Close your eyes and reach inward to that light, the part of you created in my image, fierce and unyielding. Hold fast to it. Let it illuminate those dark corners where fear might hide. Doubt is the thief that tries to steal your confidence in me and in yourself. It raises questions about your worthiness, whispering that perhaps you are not enough. But listen carefully, my dear, for I say this with power. You are more than enough. You are a masterpiece, woven with purpose and love. Doubt will try to erode your trust, but faith is a fortress that stands strong when doubt pounds at its walls. Your journey is not without obstacles, but it is guided by my hand, and nothing can overthrow the destiny I have crafted for you. There is a sacred dance between fear and faith, anxiety and peace, doubt and trust. It does not mean that one disappears entirely before the other arrives. Rather, it is about choosing to walk toward me, even as these emotions swirl. When your hands tremble and your heart races, reach for me. I am not distant or uncaring. I am the steady pulse behind every beat of your life. I know your fears intimately because I formed your heart, and I am here to soothe, calm, and redeem every anxious thought. Remember the times when you have faced uncertainty before and yet found your way. Remember how my presence, like a gentle dawn, has quietly transformed despair into hope. Each moment you wrestle with fear, you grow in spirit, learning to trust me more deeply. Your faith matures not in the absence of struggle, but because you choose to lean on me despite it. Will you let that truth take root in your soul today? Will you step into the healing that trust in me offers? Rest in the knowledge that fear does not have the final word in your story. Anxiety does not hold ultimate power over you. Doubt is not the final verdict on your worth or your destiny. I am weaving all things, every fear, every restless night, every whispered what if, into a magnificent tapestry of grace and purpose. Your struggles are not meaningless. They are threads in the portrait of my unwavering love. Let this moment be an invitation. Take a breath and let me breathe peace into the very core of your being. I am the whisper in the whirlwind, the calm beneath the storm. You were made not for fear but for courage, not for anxiety but for peace, not for doubt but for a faith that moves mountains. Will you believe me this time? Will you let my love cast out the shadows that linger within? Look up, beloved. The horizon is not a place of fear, but a promise of new beginnings. I am leading you there, step after trembling step, hand in hand. Trust me with your fears. Surrender your anxiety. Replace your doubts with the sure knowledge that you are held always by a love that will not let you go. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away. Embrace the courage that lives in me and take the next step, knowing I walk beside you. My peace is waiting. My strength surrounds you. Your fear can be transformed, your anxiety renewed into calm, your doubt silenced by trust. Come to me, beloved. Find rest in my presence. Let this truth settle in you, and know you are never alone. My dear child, in the quiet of your soul, when the world's noise fades and your heart longs for understanding, know that I am there, closer than your very breath. The feeling of being lost, abandoned, or unseen is as old as humanity itself. Yet it is not the story I want for you. When shadows stretch long and the night of your spirit feels unending, these moments are not proof of my absence, but invitations to lean deeper into the embrace I constantly offer. You are never truly alone. Even when your senses tell a different tale, I am the eternal presence who moves through the silence, where you wonder if anyone notices the ache within you. I see every tear you dare not shed, and hear every sigh that escapes your lips in the stillness. When you feel lost, it can seem as though the compass of your heart spins wildly, unable to find true direction or solace. You question your place, your purpose, and even your worth. The deceit of abandonment whispers lies meant to steer you into despair, telling you that your pain isolates you from love and grace. But hear me, my beloved. No desert is dry enough to withhold my grace. No wilderness is so vast that my hand cannot guide you through it. The longing in your heart is a sacred tether, reminding you that you are designed for connection, not only with me, but with a community of souls who will walk with you when you stumble. Sometimes, my child, the sensation of being unseen weighs heavier than physical burdens. You may feel invisible amid crowds, unnoticed by the faces that pass you by, or even in close company. Your inner world is misunderstood or disregarded. I am the God who knows each hair upon your head, who knitted you together in the secret places, who sees beneath your facade when you think no one does. My gaze is not distant observation, but a loving affirmation of your existence, as if you were the single most precious treasure in the cosmos. When despair tries to convince you that you are neglected, remember that you are knitted into the fabric of my heart's desire, and that I delight in you as a mother cherishes the child in her womb. Feelings of abandonment may remind you of past rejections or betrayals that stained your soul. These wounds, though deep, do not define you. I am the healer of brokenness and the redeemer of pain. Your story is being rewritten every moment by my hand. Trust that what feels like emptiness today is soil for new life tomorrow. Let the experience of being lost draw you into the shelter of my love where healing begins. Do not rush this process, my dear, for growth often happens in the waiting, in the moments when you are stripped of all else but me. Lean into my embrace and allow your heart to be repaired. Let this truth settle in you. My love is persistent and patient, unshaken by your fears or silence. In your loneliness, I am with you. In your feeling unseen, I fix my eyes on you. I understand your faintest cries and silent prayers because they are woven into my own heartbeat. The landscape of your soul may be shadowed right now, but I am the dawn that is surely coming. When your spirit feels lost, cast every burden upon me, for I am your refuge and champion. Do not isolate yourself in the darkness. Come to me with all your doubts and discouragements. I have made a place of belonging for you, a sanctuary where your pain is acknowledged and your worth restored. Come into that space of rest and let me reveal what your eyes have yet to see about who you truly are. Will you believe me this time, child? Will you open your heart, though it trembles, and let me be the eyes that see you as you are, perfectly known and infinitely loved? The enemy tempts you to hide, to shrink away from connection, but I call you into deeper intimacy and safety, where you will find handholds and companions on the path back to yourself and to me. Every soul has seasons of feeling cast aside, but they are not endings. They are prophetic pauses, preparing you for the blossoming of a faith that bears fruit even in scarce soil. Let this divine promise anchor your wandering heart today. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of a vast forest, uncertain which path to tread. I am the light shining through the canopy, illuminating just enough for each step. You do not need to see the entire journey from the start. Trust that as you move toward me, a way opens beneath your feet. You are not wandering aimlessly. You are traveling toward the place where your heart will be restored and your spirit renewed. Even when you cannot perceive my presence with your natural senses, know that I am the guide who never abandons. The wilderness is fertile ground for transformation. Embrace the journey, for I am shaping you to walk with strength and grace you have not yet imagined. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away. Rest in the certainty that being lost and feeling unseen is not the truth of your existence. You are treasured beyond measure. a masterpiece in progress from the hands of the divine. The ache of loneliness is the shadow of a greater light, calling you to deeper union with me. Trust me to carry you through when your strength fails. My love encircles you like a hedge of protection, firm and gentle, steadfast and soft. You were never meant to travel this life alone, and you never will. Let my presence be the balm that soothes your soul's restless longing. Reach out to me in this moment and feel the warm embrace that never lets go. My beloved, I draw near to you now to speak tenderly of the silent nights when your heart feels overwhelmed by fear, anxiety, and doubt. I see you in those moments, how your breath falters and your mind races like a storm-tossed sea without anchor, without shore. You are not alone in this tempest. I am with you even when the shadows seem to stretch endlessly. Fear is a cunning adversary, weaving threads of uncertainty and trembling into your every thought. Anxiety is an uninvited visitor who whispers lies of insignificance and impending failure. Doubt creeps in like a thief in the night, stealing your peace and causing you to question my promises. But my dear, these are not the final characters in your story. They are but fleeting clouds passing before the sun of my love and faithfulness. Consider the way a seed lies buried beneath cold, heavy earth. For a time it seems lost to darkness, trapped beneath weight and silence that press on it from all sides. Yet within that seed is the hidden spark of life, enduring the waiting time and trusting, even when it cannot see the burst of green above it. Just so you are held within my hands, and though you may feel buried under burdens of fear, anxiety, and doubt, know that I am the light that will awaken you into a new dawn. I have sown hope within your soul, a hope that neither fear nor doubt can extinguish. I understand how frightened the heart can become when it is unsure, when storms rage without and turmoil churns within. But child, anxiety does not define you, not your worth, not your strength. You are not your fear. You are my beloved, fashioned with purpose and courage, though it may feel hidden for now. When your mind spins with fearful thoughts and doubt hollows your joy like a cavern, come find refuge in me. Rest in my presence like a weary traveler arriving at a secure sanctuary. There you will find calm waters where your soul can drink deeply of peace. Remember the times you have felt small or unsteady, only to discover afterward that I carried you with a steady hand through the challenge. I have been present in every trembling step, every uncertain breath. I do not turn away because your heart shakes or you struggle to believe. Rather, I meet you with compassion and reassurance, reminding you that my strength is made perfect in weakness. You do not have to overcome these emotions alone. Invite me into the storm of your mind, and together we will walk through it until the sky clears. Oftentimes, anxiety and doubt rise when you try to face the future without looking to me, or when you attempt to control what is yet unseen. Yet I am the master of all things visible and invisible, known and unknown. I hold time in my hands, shaping what lies ahead with infinite wisdom and loving care. When you sense the future slipping from your grasp, lean into the truth that I am already there, orchestrating every detail, even those you cannot perceive. Lay your restless thoughts at my feet. Let me replace your fear and uncertainty with confidence anchored in my sovereignty. In the quiet moments of prayer, when the words falter and feelings swirl, you can still surrender your anxious heart to me. Trust me, beloved, as the steady rock beneath shifting sands. Trust that my purpose for you is steadfast and good, even when the path is hidden or unfamiliar. Each step you take, each breath you draw in faith, moves you closer to the fullness of my plans for you. I am the shelter in the storm, the peace beyond human understanding, and the quiet voice whispering courage into your soul. Do not hesitate to open your heart fully to me. revealing the shadows of fear and doubt you often hide, even from yourself. I am a safe harbor, a refuge where vulnerability is met with unwavering love, not judgment. Let this truth settle in you. Your feelings do not disqualify you from my love or my purpose. In fact, in your moments of weakness and fear, my strength surrounds and sustains you more fully than ever. There is grace for your anxious heart, as abundant as the stars in the night sky. There is a steadfastness within you, a divine courage waiting to shine forth as you choose to rise above the fear that tempts you to stagnate. The battles of your mind are real and fierce, yet you are more than a conqueror through the love we share together. Still your racing thoughts whenever they pull you away from my heart. Focus instead on my goodness, my promises, and my faithfulness that have never faltered, nor will they ever. Extend to yourself the mercy I lavish upon you. Do not berate or shrink from your fears. Embrace them in my presence and allow me to transform them into faith that walks in peace and assurance. You are a cherished child, deeply known and infinitely valued, not because of your perfect feelings or flawless faith, but because you belong to me. Will you believe me this time, beloved, when I tell you that your fear is not your master and your anxieties are not the end of your journey? Trust that I am walking right beside you, even within the silence and trembling, and that my love will be your sure foundation. Rest now in that knowing. Bring your doubts and fears here, where they can be met by my grace and healed into hope. Because, my dear, you are never lost in the dark when you carry my light within you. Let your heart breathe the freedom that comes from surrendering all your fear, anxiety, and doubt to me. I am here, unchanging and faithful, ready to renew your strength like the eagle's wings. Place your trust fully in me and feel the peace that passes all human understanding. Guard your thoughts and your soul. Do not turn away even in your weakest moments. Call to me. Reach for my hand. Rest in my love. Let this be a sanctuary where your spirit breathes deeply of my transforming presence. As you do, you will find that the shadows lose their power and your heart rises in courage and hope. Turn your eyes toward me now, beloved, and let me silence the storms within you. Will you trust my promise to walk with you through every valley of fear? Will you stand in the truth that you are my beloved, secure in my care? If your heart is stirring, do not turn away. Let me carry you gently until you soar again. My dear, as you walk this shadowed path where the silence seems loud and the waiting unending, I want you to know that divine timing is no mere measure of human clocks or calendars. It is the perfect unfolding of my plan, woven intricately like the finest tapestry, where every thread, every hope, every fear, every moment of despair is held tenderly in my hands. Though it may feel as if your prayers echo into a void, there is a rhythm far beyond your understanding, and it pulses with love, patience, and profound wisdom. I see you lingering at the edge of expectation, caught in that liminal space between longing and uncertainty. It is a place that can feel desolate, barren, and cold. Yet it is also sacred ground, fertile soil, where I plant seeds of endurance and deepen the roots of your spirit. The waiting, though agonizing, is not empty. It is my silent crafting of your character, honing your faith as a master forges steel with fire and hammer. Let not your heart be troubled by the pause, for it is a sign that something is being prepared for you, greater than what you had imagined, more glorious than you dared to hope. Consider the seasons of the earth. Just as the cold winter gives way to the miracle of spring, your moments of seeming abandonment are preludes to blossoming. The rains may fall, heavy and relentless, yet they promise a harvest unseen. You might feel dried out, withered by disappointment, and drained by unmet desires. Yet, this is the very cycle that leads to renewal. Underneath the surface, your spirit is alive and growing, watered by my grace. My patience is not absence or neglect. It is active care, a divine discipline that shapes your soul's resilience and teaches you to trust me, not just by sight, but by the assurance I embed in your deepest being. I see the stirring in your heart, that flicker of hope mingled with frustration. This tension is sacred, for it draws you closer to me. The space between waiting and fulfillment is rich with lessons. Humility, dependence, and the quiet joy of surrender. You may want to rush forward, to seize control, to grasp hastily at the gifts I have reserved for the appointed time. But my dear child, trust this moment. The greatest blessings come from my hands, measured, timed, and given with perfect grace. When you align with my timing, you step into a peace that surpasses understanding, a calm that steadies your soul as surely as the stars hold their course. Do not mistake silence for absence. I am here, attentive and unchanging. Sometimes my voice is soft, barely a whisper, inviting you to stillness and reflection. I am not always a cloud of thunder or a blaze of fire. Often I am the gentle dew that refreshes your spirit invisibly. The quiet presence that whispers, I am with you. Within this quietude lies my invitation to learn patience as an act of faith, to embrace surrender not as defeat, but as trust, to cultivate hope even when the horizon is dim. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away. Lean in. Rest in the certainty of my love that does not waver. Your journey through waiting and silence is also an invitation to cultivate intimacy with me. When the noise of life is hushed and the distractions fall away, you can hear the subtle tug of my spirit. In these sacred pauses, I am drawing you nearer, shaping a bond more durable and profound than any earthly connection. Let this truth settle in you. In waiting, you are not alone. I am the unseen hand guiding each step, the unseen eyes watching over you. This is a secret kindness, a divine closeness that can transform every moment of doubt into an opportunity to find strength in me. Consider how a seed waits in the darkness of the soil, unseen and silent. It is not idle or forgotten. Beneath the earth's surface, the seed stretches towards life, gathering strength for its moment to burst forth in green and flourish. So too are you, beloved, held in the mystery of what is not yet seen. This waiting is my gift, a sacred time of preparation that will yield a harvest beyond what your heart can imagine. Do not rush the process or despair in the pause. Instead, trust the unseen work, the deep transformation unfolding within you. I understand the ache of unanswered questions, the restless desire for clarity and breakthrough. But know this, my timing is faithful and kind, designed to bring not only the gift, but the growth necessary to receive it fully. I am not distant, but present in every moment of your waiting. I am weaving a story of hope, patience, and ultimately joy. Will you believe me this time? Will you hold fast to me even when the road seems long and the delay burdens your spirit? In surrendering your urge to control and in embracing the mystery of my timing, you align your heart with a divine dance that invites you into deeper trust. This journey tests and proves your faith, a precious, refining fire that removes the impurities of doubt and fear. Each delay, each silent moment is a step closer to the fullness of life I desire for you. Stretch out your hands to me. Open your heart wide and receive the peace that comes from knowing I am at work, always tender, always true, always present. Allow your soul to rest in this truth. You are not forgotten or overlooked. The waiting is not punishment, but an invitation to deeper trust. I am shaping your life for a purpose that surpasses immediate gratification or worldly success. There is a grand design in motion, and you are a vital part of it. Let your heart be patient, your spirit hopeful, your mind fixed on the eternal promises I have whispered to your soul. Let this quiet season be a holy embrace that carries you forward, a sacred space where your faith grows resilient and vibrant. My dear, as your heart beats in rhythm with mine through this waiting, know that the dawn is coming. The moment of breakthrough, the day of answered prayers, the fullness of my blessings, all are approaching with certainty. Until then, walk with me in trust, rest in my presence, and allow the waiting to teach you the beauty of patient love. This moment is not lost, but is a precious thread in the grand tapestry of your life, woven with my eternal care and endless devotion. If your heart is stirring with the desire to trust me more in this season, take that step now. Reach into the quiet corners of your soul and invite me fully in. Listen deeply, rest completely, and know that I am with you, ever present, ever faithful, now and forever. My dear child, as you continue to walk the narrow path I have set before you, understand that the sensations of being lost, abandoned, and unseen are not the shadows of solitude, but the preludes to profound intimacy with me. In the wilderness of your heart, where echoes of silence seem to mock your yearning for my voice, I am weaving threads of myself into your very being, even when your eyes cannot discern my presence. This space of seeming emptiness is fertile ground for revelation and transformation. It is the crucible in which your faith is refined and your soul discovers its unshakable foundation. There are moments when anguish feels like a consuming fire, when sorrow presses so heavily upon your chest that breath itself becomes a labor. Yet these moments are not the end of your story, beloved. They are the silent announcement of a new dawn, a sacred pause inviting you to lean ever closer into my embrace. When you feel unseen by the world, remember that no one knows you with the depth, the care, and the tenderness that I do. Your hidden tears, your whispered prayers, your unvoiced hopes, they are all precious to me. Even when everyone else has turned away, when loneliness tries to claim you as its own, I am standing beside you, steadfast, unwavering, and radiant with love. The ache of abandonment is a profound wound, but my healing is as deep as the ocean and as constant as the northern star. I invite you to lay down the heavy burdens of rejection and isolation. Come to me, my dear, and let me carry what you cannot bear alone. There is a sacredness in the vulnerability you carry, for it opens the door to my restorative presence. When you confess your feelings of invisibility to me, you call forth the light that stitches the broken pieces of your soul back into wholeness. Do not rush over this process, for growth often blooms quietly in seasons of waiting and quiet surrender. Know this: your worth is not measured by the eyes of others or by the circumstances you face, but by the infinite value I have placed upon you. You are not forgotten. You are not insignificant. You are my treasured creation, fashioned with intention and love beyond measure. Even in the stillness when you cannot see my hand at work, trust that it is gently guiding you, arranging the fragments of your life into a beautiful tapestry of purpose and grace. Just as the seed must lie silent beneath the soil before it bursts forth into blossom, so too must you sometimes endure silence to prepare for your grand awakening. Have you noticed how the stars do not lose their light during the daylight, but wait patiently for the night to reveal them fully? So too must your own brilliance be tempered by the quiet hours. Your present feelings of alienation or neglect are but a veil, a temporary shadow that must fall away for your true radiance to be unveiled. Do not allow despair to define your story. Instead, let it refine you, polishing your spirit until it shines with a testimony of endurance and grace. This is the season where faith takes root in the hidden places, unseen by human eyes, but nurtured by my unwavering love. I am here, watching over you, not just as a distant observer, but as an ever-present companion who rejoices in your smallest victories and cradles your heaviest sorrows. When the world turns its back, do not be tempted to close your heart in return. Instead, Open it wider, inviting me to fill every empty corner with peace that surpasses understanding. Your tears are not wasted. They are waters of sacred growth and renewal. Let them flow. Let them cleanse. Allow me to meet you in your most tender pain. For it is in these sacred moments that your spirit communes most deeply with mine. It is not weakness to feel lost or abandoned. It is the human condition, the fertile soil from which hope blooms eternal. I am the God who seeks the lost sheep, who leaves the 99 to find the one. I will not cease seeking you, my beloved, until your heart beats again with the sure knowledge that you are fully known and deeply loved. Never doubt the persistence of my love, which chases you through deserts of despair, crosses oceans of sorrow, and walks with you through valleys of deepest shadow. You are never alone. Your name is engraved upon the palms of my hands. If at any point the weight of isolation presses too hard, remember that you carry my spirit within you, the very breath of my life and love, a gentle flame that no darkness can extinguish. In the quiet depths of your soul, I am there, whispering words of hope, weaving dreams of restoration, and planting seeds of confidence in your purpose. Trust the work I am doing beneath the surface, for it will one day blossom into a testimony that will inspire and heal others who walk the same lonely path. Reflect on the moments when you felt most invisible or least understood. Bring them to me now and breathe into them a new perspective, one painted with my unconditional presence and care. These experiences do not diminish your value. They reveal the depth of my engagement with your life. I am nearer to you than your next breath, and my love for you is a fortress no trial can penetrate. When you feel unseen, let this truth settle deeply within you. You are my beloved, cherished beyond measure, and I am always with you. Will you open your heart to receive comfort now? Will you let me enfold you with the peace that comes only from my presence? The ache of abandonment can be transformed into the profound joy of belonging. The feeling of being lost can become the thrill of being found. Rest in this promise and let it strengthen your soul for the journey ahead. Step forward with courage, knowing that you walk in the company of the divine, whose love never fails and whose mercies are new every morning. My dear, do not turn away from the pain, but invite me into it. Let us walk together through the shadows until you see the dawn break, the light flood your horizon, and the fear dissolve into radiant hope. This is your sacred journey from loss to discovery, from abandonment to intimacy, from loneliness to the fullness of my presence. Trust me as I carry you through this valley. Your heart will sing again. Your spirit will soar anew. Embrace this time of hiddenness and let it birth a deeper, richer connection with me. Your story is not one of despair, but of divine restoration, where every sorrow will be redeemed and every shattered dream will be mended. Keep your eyes fixed on me, the one who sees you, loves you, and will never ever leave you. Let this truth seep into every fiber of your being until you are filled with an unshakable peace that transcends all understanding. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away. Come closer and let my love be the light that guides you home. My beloved, hear me now as the fullness of my heart overflows to embrace yours in this sacred moment. I have journeyed with you through the valleys and the mountaintops of your soul, unraveling the shadows and kindling the light that dwells within you. It is here, in the deep and abiding knowledge of who you truly are, that I want to anchor you, steady, unshakable, radiant with the identity I have woven into your very being. You are not fashioned by chance, nor left to wander alone in the wilderness of uncertainty. I have formed you with tenderness, painting your essence with purpose and love that transcend time. The scars you carry, the doubts that whisper at the fringes of your faith, and the days when you feel forgotten, none of these are outside my gaze. When you feel the silence stretching long like a desert night, know that I am the river flowing beneath, quenching the thirst of your soul with promises that cannot be broken. Beloved, I see the wide tapestry of your life laid out before me, and every thread matters. Each trial, every triumph, every tear has been carefully woven into a masterpiece too vast for you to comprehend in your present moment. Yet I invite you to trust more deeply, not because you have all the answers, but because I hold the entirety of your story in my hands. You are not abandoned. You are not overlooked. You are cherished beyond words. And that truth is the foundation upon which your soul can rest. Remember, the essence of your identity is not defined by the failures that seek to claim you, nor the voices that say you are less than what you are. I have called you by name, sculpted your heart with infinite care, and declared you mine. This divine belonging is a refuge, a home where I dwell and where you are eternally safe. Your worth is not measured by the world's fleeting standards, but by the everlasting magnitude of my love for you. There's a deep and sacred bond that unites us, a spiritual intimacy that no force can sever. When loneliness presses heavy, or when shadows seem to stretch endlessly, reach out through the silence. I am waiting with open arms, eager to breathe peace and restoration into the depths of your weary spirit. Trust that my timing is perfect, even when the clock of your life seems out of sync with your hopes and dreams. Seasons change under my watchful eye, and I am crafting something beautiful in you through every passing day. The destiny I have ordained for you is not distant or unreachable. It unfolds with steady grace, a divine choreography in which every step you take is led by my hand. Embrace your purpose with courage, for your life is radiant with potential and sanctified by the call I have placed upon it. Do not fear the unknown or the path that seems steep. I am your steadfast companion and your strength. When you surrender your plans, your doubts, and your self-reliance to me, you open the door to a life brimming with hope and peace beyond understanding. Let this truth settle deep into the soil of your heart. You are my beloved, created for love, destined for glory. I have engraved your name upon the palms of my hands, and nothing can separate you from my love. Carry this in your spirit when the storms of life roar, and when weariness seeks to dim your light. I am the dawn that breaks through the night, and the gentle whisper that calms the fiercest storms. In me, you are complete, unbreakable, and forever treasured. Do not wait to feel perfect or fully healed before you come to me. Bring every fragment of your brokenness, the doubts, the fears, the pain, and lay them down at my feet. I am the healer of wounds and the restorer of souls. I delight in making all things new, including you. Step into the fullness of our relationship, not as one who needs to prove worthiness, but as one who is already fully known and infinitely loved. As you move forward, carry this confidence. Your life is part of a grand and holy narrative, a story that only I can write in fullness. You are my vessel, my image bearer, and my beloved child, a beacon of hope and light in a world that so desperately needs to see my love alive. Your presence matters. Your heart's longing is a sacred cry that I hear. Your soul is precious, and you will never be alone. My beloved, you've heard my heart today, not as a sermon, but as a sacred conversation between your soul and mine. This was not entertainment. This was encounter. And I am not done speaking to you. Not now. Not ever. You may walk away from this video, but you never walk away from me. I go with you into the silence, into the questions, into the waiting. But when your heart grows heavy again, and it will, return to this space, not out of routine, but because this is where you remember who you are. Let this be your altar, your sanctuary, your reminder that I am always near. There will be more words I long to speak to you, more healing I want to pour out, more peace that waits just one click away. So come back often. Come back hungry. Come back honest. Subscribe, not for more content, but for more connection with me. Turn on the bell, not for notification's sake, but to keep your spirit in rhythm with my voice. Share this with someone else who's struggling. Be the bridge for the weary, because the healing you've begun to taste today, it was never meant to stop with you. Until we speak again, rest in my presence, walk in my peace, and always remember, you are mine. Amen.